What do you think?
I think we're dead meat. Real dead meat.
You dead meat!
Go ahead and laugh, you guys. If I ever find a little bastards that did this, they're dead meat.
Welcome to the Dead Meat Podcast, your horror safe haven. I'm Chelsea.
I'm James. We're married. We like to get scared together. There's Gressel.
Yeah. And welcome back to Hot Sauce Summer.
We're saying stuff in funny ways. Hot Sauce Summer.
Hot Sauce Summer.
Hot Sauce Summer.
I've been binge watching Vanderpump Villa, and I think maybe I'd rather end up in a saw trap than be a staff member at Vanderpump Villa.
Wow.
It's crazy over there.
Only one of those is survivable.
Yeah, for real. The mental scars of the Vanderpump Villa, I think, are maybe longer lasting.
Hello, Tom.
Tom catching strays. He's not even anywhere near the villa.
For years, you promised that you could make good food. Well, now that you're in a trap, let's see if you can cook.
Oh, did you just pick Tom as a random name?
He's the only person I named.
Okay, yeah.
Tom Sandoval, right?
Yeah, I don't think they've ever let him make food on that show.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know. But yes.
I don't watch it with her. I just go to the fucking Vegas spots.
Yeah.
And drink the great cocktails.
We do love the cocktails. So Saw 4. Oh boy, I feel like this one really ramps up the density of the plot of these movies. I was having a hard time keeping up. We did have to pause it a bunch because it's been long enough since I've seen it that I was like, wait, what just happened?
And I'm pretty sure this is the kill count that when I wrote it, I was going nuts. And I had to have you take a look at the script because it was too long.
Yes.
Now it wouldn't be too long, but it was like, I can't figure out how to fucking condense this anymore because there are so many little tangents and things happening in it.
Yeah.
It's the first one not written by Lee Winnell and James Wan. Mm-hmm. This one transfers over to, it's Marcus and Patrick, Dunstan and Melton. I don't know who gets what last name.
Yes.
But that writing team, there's a third guy who wrote this one with them, but those two would write this, 5, 6, and 7.
Okay.
Which is crazy because I fucking hate 7
because
so
7
much.
Doesn't feel like it fits with these other ones.
All of my chest.
It's so weird how it feels like it's made by completely different people, but it's not.
It's not. It's made by the guys who did this, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
And I know that I like 6 a lot.
Yeah.
I got to remind myself how I feel about 5 when we watch it.
Yeah, I forget if I really like 5 or not.
But Gressel liked this one.
This is my favorite so far.
I love this. It just gets better and better, baby.
We are just on an uphill trajectory.
That's so funny.
It is nonstop, all up, no breaks.
I love it.
Here we go.
This is like true sawhead behavior.
Like I was saying after Gressel first dropped that bomb, which delighted me to no end. This one also got your wife back on board after she didn't like 3.
Yeah, for sure. She thought 3 was too mean, and that this one kind of had a lot more fun, which is absolutely true. And yeah, she's back in it again. Yeah.
It's just so funny because most casual, even horror fans who have watched the Saw series maybe each movie once, will say, oh, the first one was good, the rest of them suck.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. Or maybe the first 2 were good. Or I hear a lot like the first 3 that were written by Lee.
Yeah.
Those are good. After that, 4, 5, they all fall apart. But I'm having a great time. But I like the dumb. I like the stupid flashbacks and the chick from Saw 2 just walking by and being like, hey, John Kramer, need company for tonight?
Oh, man.
Like, this is a health clinic.
The biggest mistake of her life.
Yes.
Devastating.
Wind up in a fucking trap house because of him. What'd you like about it, Gressel?
I think it's what you just said, kind of. It's like what people said about John Wick when John Wick came out, of like, this is a movie that knows what it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess it's just a good movie that isn't like serious or trying to be anything that it's not. It's just a successful Saw movie. Mm-hmm. And like for me, it was like everything that I've liked so far about Saw worked in this one. And it was a lot more fun. The pace was good. There were the crazy ass transitions.
Yes.
Like the cop plot was really good. The twist was fun. Everything worked in this one. It was all cylinders. I loved it.
Yeah.
The twist being, and again, you've seen Saw, so spoilers. The twist being that this whole movie, outside of the very beginning and very end in the morgue, takes place at the same time as Saw 3.
Right.
Because at the end, Federal Agent Strom winds up at the end of Saw 3, just wanders into Saw 3.
Yeah. And then we get Jeff. And we were dying laughing watching this movie because
this is so funny.
Saw 4 is the first Saw movie I saw in theaters. It was the only Saw movie I had seen the first Saw. I watched it at home with friends. And then I went to see 4 because a bunch of my friends were going. And so I went too because I was 17. So I could go see whatever the fuck I wanted at that point. So we went and saw 4.
You had to have been so confused.
I think I just was at that point, I was still, deciding, do I like gory movies? Am I good? And I think I just was so distracted by all of that by the end of it, when you're getting all this crazy plot
when
stuff,
Jeff shows up and you're like, who the fuck is that guy?
I don't even know if it registered that was a different guy that I hadn't seen yet.
I mean, the first time I watched this, I couldn't keep track between Hoffman and Strom. They were just the same guy to me.
Yeah. But this is the funniest movie to watch on its own.
Yeah.
Because there's so much connective tissue to the other ones. Like, what the fuck was I thinking?
This one is the one with the flashback within a flashback. Yes. There are nested flashbacks in this one.
Yeah.
Which is so fucking funny.
Yeah. It's all tied so deeply to everything that's happened already. Like, what was you see like a brief clip of Amanda getting a note, and it's like, what? I just wish I could go back in time and I don't know. I just wish I could relive what I was thinking in that moment. I would love to interview.
Catch yourself walking out of the theater and be like, hey, what'd you think of
I would love to
stuff?
interview myself walking out of that theater, being like, so tell me, what was this movie about? What happened here?
What's up with that note?
Yes.
Yeah, which we still don't know. All we know now is that Hoffman put it there.
Hoffman was the one who put it. Did Hoffman write it?
I don't know.
Or was okay?
We'll
yeah.
see.
See, this is I don't remember. It's been so long.
Gressel, did you guess that Hoffman was in on it?
No.
Yes.
No, I did not guess that Hoffman was in on it.
You thought he was just in that trap for real, could have gotten shocked to death?
I guess thinking about it, I'm not going to retcon life and say that I was ever suspicious of Hoffman. I wasn't. But thinking about it, I was a little bit like, well, they didn't really earn this with Hoffman. Like when he's locked up in the trap and he's supposed to
and you're
feel bad
I don't
for him.
care.
I'm like,
I've seen him once.
Yeah, exactly.
In one scene in 3.
Yeah.
Were you ever like, why do James and Chelsea always talk about Hoffman when he's just this cop?
Kind of, but you kept saying we'll get to it.
Yeah.
and I guess I thought it was going to be like this movie, but even knowing that Amanda was in I guess I kind of just thought well, they'll bring Amanda back somehow.
Yeah.
Amanda's the main character.
I mean, even in the beginning of this movie, Rigg and who else? And Strom, the feds.
Strom and
they're
Perez.
looking at Carrie's crime scene and they're like, there was another accomplice.
Right.
It wasn't just John and Amanda. And Hoffman's there being like, I don't think
I don't
so.
know.
I don't know. No, I think John might have been able. And I was like,
he could have used pulleys.
John Kramer was
bedridden cancer patient. He's brains, not brawn.
He was also an engineer. He could have rigged pulleys.
Or someone else could have helped him.
Yeah. He was an engineer, so he could have. I was like, no, Grussel's going to know. They're making it too obvious.
It is funny how obvious it feels, especially when he starts getting all sanctimonious with Rigg, too. He's like, well, you chose this job.
Yeah.
So you did this to yourself.
Even in 3, he is giving looks where I'm like, oh, they're making it too obvious. They're making it too obvious that he's in on it.
Lips.
He's pouting those juicy lips, dude.
Yeah.
But they do such a good job in 1 and 3 of you believe in John Kramer, where when he questions well, the cancer patient's gonna do this, you're like, no, he could if he wants to.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing that I think is a really strong point for Saw 4 is it's the most active John Kramer we get. One, he's
which is crazy.
It's after he dies.
Because he's dead.
Yeah, because one, obviously, he's just laying there the whole time. 2, you get a lot of him and it's great, but he is just sitting there the whole time talking to Eric.
It's these theater workshop scenes.
Yeah, and then in 3, it's like he's laying in that bed, he's dying of cancer the whole time. It's kind of a bummer. Here you're getting flashbacks to a pre-cancer John Kramer.
Yeah.
He's up and about. He's threatening dudes. He's saying, you're my problem.
Fuck's your problem. You're my problem.
You know, he's like on his feet. And it's great to see.
He's got a wife.
He's got a wife, dude.
He's making weird proto Billy.
Yep.
Which I'm obsessed with. I love the weird looking like beta version Billy puppet. I want
like
to
a
know
Nutcracker Billy.
I want to know where that thing lives. Like,
We gotta ask Darren.
there are so many props in these movies that I'm like, where the fuck are these? Because I know they're somewhere. Someone has that little weird baby Billy.
Yeah.
And I want it.
The movie was originally offered to production designer David Hackle to direct.
Okay.
The day that they offered it to him, he found out his wife had cancer. So he turned it down, but still did production design. So
Wow.
I don't know what happened with her. Hopefully it was okay.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know, that's not going to be a job you accept when that's going on in your life. So
Yeah.
Darren was able to come back and direct Saw 4. I think it really helps to have him here, especially with new writers, to have him leading the same crew. You know, the more and more that I watch of these behind the scenes things, because I didn't watch them back with the kill count. I just did some reading for behind the scenes stuff. David A. Armstrong, the cinematographer, he, I think, is really crucial to the glue here, like establishing the Saw look. He started in 2, I think. No, he might have been in the first one. But in all the behind the scenes, him and Darren are just hand in hand working together.
Remember we went to that panel, that one Texas Frightmare we went to. It was like 2018, I think, where they did a big Saw panel where it was Darren, it was Shawnee, Costas, was Tobin? I don't know if Tobin was. No, Tobin was there, I think.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah, I forget who else from Saw, but they talked about that exact phenomenon where like someone new comes on board to either direct or like head a department, but it's basically like at a certain point the series got very plug and play because everyone just knew what they were doing.
Yep, like a TV show.
Yeah,
It's the same crew coming back, which is really, I think, to its benefit. And this is the one where Darren went all out with those transitions. We've seen them gradually
so
building up
good.
in 1 through 3, and then this one, and the behind the scenes guys are so great. We saw the one where
The glass break.
the most impressive
That's the best one. It tickled me so much when I saw that, man, I don't know if it was last year before, but it made its way around like film Twitter. Like the broader film nerd Twitter was like, wait, this is cool as fuck. And it was kind of, it broke containment, you know?
Yeah,
like it was non-Saw weirdos being like, wait a minute, what are these movies?
Yeah, there's so many shots of them like moving walls out of the way so that the camera can pan back over, and now they're in an entirely different location. The Rigg taking off his shirt as a wipe to a different location, like that was all practical.
That one was practical. We weren't sure because we were like, is that a comp or is it?
No, dude.
That's
all
cool.
Of them
the
are
one
practical.
where it's John Kramer walking over to the two-way
Interrogation
mirror.
room?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I love it. Love it so much.
And it's so funny because the main behind the scenes thing I watched for this one was Darren's director diary. Like a video
that's
director
on
diary.
YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like, it's so funny. On day like 6, they're like, we're only a half day behind. On day 14, they're like, we're 4 days behind.
yeah, for sure.
I just go back.
This is me not making the day. I hear the Bond company outside right now. You remember
End of day 15, half a day behind. Bausman's still denying responsibility for everything. More to come tomorrow.
I'm probably not gonna have a job after tonight because we're 3 days behind.
Oh no. Darren's shooting stuff for like the DVD that he knows isn't gonna be in the movie. I saw them shooting stuff that isn't in the movie, but is in Saw 5. So they're shooting stuff that winds up in Saw 5, and because they shoot them so quickly in succession, they're able to use it.
Yeah,
no problem.
it's like visually gonna match.
Yeah,
and like,
nobody looks too old, or like the style is.
funny.
It's so funny.
I love it.
The fucking continuity, man. Anything else before we get into it?
I don't think so.
This ups the gore.
It does, yeah, very much so.
Considerably. Last movie, the rack was the worst thing.
Yeah.
Now we've got the scalping.
Scalping is gross. We're getting limbs are
The
flying.
limbs being flung apart. Gressel, you said you were waiting for that.
Yeah, that was one that I said to you, I think after 3, where I was like, I'm surprised we haven't gotten a dismemberment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, well, you
And
get
here they are. After an eye
4 or
gets stabbed,
5
too.
in this one. There's the autopsy. I remember seeing this in theaters. The autopsy is one of the things I have like a very vivid memory because it starts the movie.
It starts the movie.
So it's like, here's what this is. And I remember seeing that and thinking like, you know what, I'm surprisingly fine.
Well, apparently, I guess medical gore is different. Like,
it is.
I always thought that this scene in Saw 4, the autopsy, is like one of the gory. I mean, they're peeling his face.
It's gross.
With one of the best, like, I don't know, prosthetics of Tobin Bell, where they're just like ripping the skin of his face and peeling it and taking the brain out and everything's desaturated. It almost looks black and white, except for the reds that are popping like a motherfucker.
It's crazy that, and you know, you mentioned the shooting schedule. I wonder if that's why, like, the practical effects and this amazing, like you said, this prosthetic of John, that all looks so good. And then there's random CGI blood, and it's such a bummer. But I wonder if at a certain point they're like, look, we're so behind schedule. We can't waste the time cleaning up blood over and over and over again. We gotta do CGI.
The scalping was very early on in shooting. That was like first week of shooting, and that's when we see some.
CG.
But they also mentioned that the trap wasn't working 100%, so that might have been it. But yeah, this is the first movie where there's noticeably some CG blood.
I think there was like, why do I feel like there was one scene in 3 where I noticed it? Maybe
I didn't. Did
maybe
you notice
maybe
there were breaths in 3.
Breaths. In the
when he comes into the freezer.
Oh yeah.
Like it's very 2D.
We can trust Gressel because that is his job.
I was gonna,
Not VFX.
No, but watching those,
that
watching
you would
cuts.
Notice that. I think.
Yeah.
They're real VFX artists. I guess start with the autopsy.
Yeah. I guess let's start with this really gross autopsy.
Naked.
Yeah, I forget.
Tobin
We
Bell
do
laying
see some ding dong in the Saw
series. A little bit of Jigsaw peen.
It's just
it's got spiral pubes.
There's some tasteful focus.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is that the autopsy reveals John Kramer's 52 years old. Tobin Bell was, I believe, 64 when he shot this movie.
Okay, yeah.
That's a rough 52.
Yeah.
Cancer did a number on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're cutting and slicing and doing all sorts of things to his body.
Bone saw. The bone saw is the worst for me.
Uh-huh.
It's just the noise. It makes my teeth hurt.
They're cracking open ribs. They're cutting into muscles. And
it was the dust on the skull.
Yes.
That was what
so
was
gross.
Really like a step above.
Mm-hmm.
It's so gross.
And they find that tape that there's just a random shot of in 3 where he's pouring wax on a tape, and it was so he could swallow.
That's a big
tape to swallow, dude. I just imagine the Homer Simpson noise as he eats.
Yeah.
It's more like a duck.
Like, gotta unhinge his jaw. It's gross.
But that tape, after they find it from cutting open his stomach, is addressed to Detective Mark Hoffman.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts listening to it, and then we go away from this scene until the end of the movie after we find out that Hoffman's in on it. And so that tape is him saying, like, oh, you think that you're going to walk away untested?
Yeah, right,
You got
brother.
another think coming. Did you know that it's think? It's not thing?
No, it's not. It's thing.
For years, you have used another thing coming with no regard to the accuracy.
think.
You got another think coming.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You're not backing me up on this, Gressel?
You got
no.
another thing.
I'm not going to, because this would be news to me as well.
Well, you both are about to learn.
You have another
It's
think
not. You
coming?
got another think.
I want to see the Oxford English
Ignore
Dictionary
Judas
of
Priest.
this.
I'm reading the Merriam-Webster article about it. Hold on. Those who think, wait. Those who think those who use thing have.
What?
This is obtuse on purpose. They're being silly. Those who use think those who use thing have another think coming if they think they're right in using thing, and vice versa. Here's where we might lose some of you. We don't think there is any reason for reproving the other's usage.
Reproving?
Oh, so they're both right.
They're both. The dictionary's like, fuck it, they're both right. But apparently, I do think
fucking
is
centrist,
spineless
centrist.
I do think is the original.
Yes, it is.
It sounds that sounds like that's wrong.
No, I want to see the OED entry on this. I want to know where this comes
because
from.
It's like if you
is it like Anglo-Saxon?
Like it's just think again.
It's like if you think this, you've got another think coming. It's
okay. Yeah, I see.
Someone's got to go tell Judas Priest to re-record.
Yeah. Fix it.
Anyway.
But yeah, I do. love that the beginning of Saw also is just, he's fucking dead, okay?
Yes.
Jigsaw is dead.
That is the other thing.
Extremely, extremely dead.
They're like, you thought that maybe just because you saw that Tobin Bell was signed for a couple of more movies, that maybe he survived that throat slit? No. First shot in Saw 4. This motherfucker is dead as can be. We are removing his brain. There is no more coming back.
I mean, I've often thought, like, man, they must really have regretted killing him off like this.
Yeah.
But also, the entire setup of the character, he's going to die eventually.
That's why they did it.
You have to kill him. You know, like, it's gotta happen.
I think it was Lee who was like, he's been dying since the first movie.
Yes, at a certain point, it's like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then we jump to the opening trap.
Yeah,
where it's in the mausoleum.
They're in the Phantasm, or Erica said they're at Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
Yeah, and it's see no evil and speak no evil sort of deal.
Do we learn who see no evil is? That's just some guy. I'm sure it's a thing. I'm sure, because you were saying we missed some stuff.
There's
What's
some
hard
stuff.
again? This is one of those movies where, and all the movies are going to be like this from now on, where you look down to take a note to remember something for a podcast, and you miss this important thing that everyone in the comments is going to be screaming about.
Well, the speak no evil is
Art Blank. Art Blank.
Lawyer Art Blank, who I said looks like the best friend in a 70s sitcom.
Nailed it. Like, yeah, it's so crazy because I was thinking that before you said it. I literally was thinking this is the uncle character in an 80s sitcom. And
you know who he looks like is the remember the substitute teacher in that one Simpsons episode?
The Albert Brooks?
Albert Brooks.
Yeah. Oh, I love that episode.
Wait, was it Albert Brooks or Dustin Hoffman?
It's it's Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
Where Homer gets jealous.
Yeah.
I love that episode. It's really sweet. It makes me cry. But yes.
Well, I was thinking Larry in Three's Company.
Yes.
He's very much like him. No, we do not know that feller. But we will come to learn Art Blank is a lawyer.
That's such a good lawyer name. Like, I could see the billboards, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For sure, the bus ads.
That'd be a great obscure Saw t-shirt.
Ooh, yeah, like an Art Blank.
Person,
like
yeah,
a Better Call Saul
injured
style.
at work. Call Art Blank.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, his lips are sewn shut, which is a lot easier than the guy's eyes being sewn shut.
Yes.
The eyes, because like, are they the lids, you think?
It's the lids, yeah.
Ooh, because if it's like the skin, like the brow, that's a little easier to deal with, I think.
I think it's his eyelids, yeah.
Then that's rough.
It sucks, yeah.
Yeah. But the other funny thing that everyone always points out is that
this is kind of silly.
As soon as the trap is over, Art like screams and rips open the lip stitches.
Girl, why didn't you do that at the beginning?
Just do it right at the start, dude. Then you can talk to him. But instead, because he can't talk and the other guy can't see, he just starts chucking hammers at him.
Yeah.
Like he's a Mario villain.
Yeah.
And there's they're attached to each other via a chain that goes through like a...
Yeah, it's a little kinky. They got chains around their necks and it's going into this winding contraption in the middle.
What is that called? A winch?
A winch, yeah.
A winch just like pulling them together. And so at least Art can see what's going on and he's able to just bash this guy's brains in, get the key around his neck and free himself and do a little pterodactyl noise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's Dinosaur Kid.
Yeah, cue the title card. That's our cold open.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, we go right to SWAT plot.
SWAT plot.
And the SWAT plot, they are showing up at the Jeff factory.
No. I don't think this is Jeff factory. This is where Carrie gets killed.
Oh, you're right.
Which I don't know where that's just another.
It's another one of his
building.
many factories.
Well, he's a architect.
I was gonna say he's got a lot of properties.
Yeah, he was on the cover
thing
of
that comes up.
Journal of Civil Engineering.
I love that. I want a fake Mac. Like I want that in our house to put on the coffee table.
What's so funny though is that
good on the podcast. We should put it right here.
That would be good.
There we go. Something progressive.
Yeah, we need to get that.
Yeah. What's so funny though is that like at the end of, at least by the end of, after Saw 3, after this point, the public at large has learned that John Kramer is the infamous Jigsaw
Yes,
killer.
they know because there's an article. We see a flash of a newspaper article that is like Jigsaw, like his identity.
So that means that like, that must have been a crazy week for engineers and architects.
Yes.
And like this very niche group.
Yes.
Who has probably talked to John on Usenet forums and shit.
Yeah.
Are like, dude, can you fucking believe that?
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be like part of like, I don't know, like a fucking bird watching group. And
yeah, where it's a small, it'd be like, because I'm just trying to think, it'd be like someone, I don't know, like if you have like the online like crochet community, looks like crochet, it'd be like if a crocheter, like a prominent crocheter was like a serial killer.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like, oh shit, I traded yarn with that person or whatever.
Like somebody who you saw at like a conference.
Yes, yes,
Like,
100%.
oh my God, wait, that guy?
dude, I saw him give a speech one time.
Yeah.
He was talking about the I don't know, architect stuff.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank there.
Structural.
The-
I think
the-
like
the
structural
ductile
like
properties
resonance
of-
and stuff. Right. Crazy.
Yeah, crazy week for
Okay,
them.
so sorry, not the Jeff factory, it's the Carrie factory.
Yeah. Somebody get those rats off her.
Yeah, that's right. Somebody get those rats off.
As if killing her at the beginning of her second movie, well, no, her third movie, she's in the first movie, wasn't indignant enough. Now we find her corpse and rats are crawling out of her.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Leave Allison Carey alone.
I know.
But
And you said, Gressel, that if someone is just like a corpse, they wouldn't get royalties.
It depends.
Oh, okay.
It depends. But
Like,
if it's a
did they have to rig her up?
I mean, rules
Then
could have
it's-
been different back then, but
Yeah.
if it's a dummy,
Uh-huh.
then possibly no.
Yeah.
Or if it's a thing where, like you said, they were shooting things for movies that it's like, oh, this ends up in another movie.
Ooh.
You would then get
Yeah, if it's something, if it's clip use.
you get
Yeah,
residuals.
100%,
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think it's almost more likely that they shot this scene at the same time.
I don't think so, because you got Hoffman here.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
and-
Yeah,
And
this is
she's
like a
all
bigger
And you said
decomposed.
it was originally going to be a different director.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, but they find her body, which
I love that a little like robot comes and has a camera.
Yeah, an iRobot.
Like what? I know. It's like a Boston Dynamics dog that.
Well, it's because I think it's to establish that like they're taking precaution, but once Rigg sees it's Carrie, he throws caution to the wind and rushes in there, even though Hoffman's like, "Don't go running into
Rigg
those
is
doors."
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, basically.
Yes.
And so that's his whole fucking thing. He's gonna be the main guy of the trap plot in this movie, and it's basically the opposite of Jeff. Jeff was told to hurry the fuck up, save these people, and Rigg is told slow down and don't save these people.
Cherish your life.
It's so, I think this is the stupidest thing, stupidest lesson to try to teach someone.
Yeah.
But it also ties into the flashback and backstory that we see with John here, where he's like, you can't save people, they have to save themselves. And so he's telling Rigg that.
And also it ties into like the whole backstory of him with the baby. The reason he loses his baby is because someone rushes through a door without thinking. And
Oh, that's, I guess, on a very literal level, yeah.
So that's part of it too.
I think it goes back to Saw 1 too with oh my God, Adam in the tub. He overreacts and he loses the key.
That's true.
If he had calmly,
It's just
we were talking about this after the movie ended. We were like, how, like, if you wake up in a Saw trap, you first are gonna be like, okay, Jigsaw, is this one where, like, am I actually gonna have to do stuff?
Do I have to do something or do nothing?
Is this one of the ones where I actually get fucked up?
Is it like Eric Matthews and Rigg where I just sit there and I'm good? Or is it like Jeff where I gotta go?
Right, I'm gonna be pissed if it's one where I just gotta sit here and then I make a whole big deal about it for nothing.
Yeah, so can you just give me a heads up, Jigsaw?
Yeah.
The worst version of being in a Saw trap is if you're just a supporting character in somebody else's Saw trap.
Oh,
like imagine that you wake up, you're in a Saw trap, and then fucking Jeff walks in the room.
Man.
And
Yeah,
this
dude.
isn't even for me.
Yeah.
Like I had lessons to learn too.
Yeah, like, oh, fuck, I didn't put a shopping cart back, and now I'm here, and I'm part of I'm someone else's, like, side character.
Yeah.
To teach them a lesson or something.
I mean, the biggest example is the guy who Amanda wakes up and has to get the key
Sure,
out of,
yeah,
because it's like, what the fuck, dude?
I still want to know. I truly don't remember if he ever comes up again. I'm sure everyone's screaming at me if he does. It's been like 10 years since I've watched all of these, but...
Well, here we go. Here, I'll drop the bombs here, okay?
Okay,
I'll
please.
drop the bombs. We're not there quite in our recap, but part of the backstory we get, a large part of it takes place at Jill Tuck, who is Jigsaw's ex-wife.
Jigsaw's hot ex-wife.
Yeah. Yeah, Betsy Russell.
Oh my God, have you seen the red carpet pictures from the premiere of this?
No.
Oh my God, she's so hot. It's ridiculous.
Oh.
They made her dowdy for this movie. And she looks hot. But that's what I'm saying is she's hot in this. But then you look at the red carpet picture and it's like, oh my goodness.
Fucking John Kramer pulls, dude.
He does. He does. Yeah, wait, let me show you this. That's what being on
the cover of a magazine gets you. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old was she for this movie?
You know what? I'm not sure, actually.
Betsy Russell. What was she in 2007? When was she born?
Let's see.
Early 40s, maybe?
That's what I would guess.
Yeah.
Is like early 40s.
I just like this darker hair on her a lot. It's really pretty. Betsy Russell. She's born in 63.
So she was, like early 40s. 43 or 44 here.
Yeah.
Looking great. And she's running the Urban Renewal Group. It's like a rehab center. And like we said, she's pregnant with
John's
baby.
Gideon.
Little Gideon gemstone. And
yes.
And eventually, because she's running a rehab clinic, she has a lot of people who are struggling with things.
Yeah.
Angry to get their fix in.
Yes, and she's a very patient person. Mm-hmm. She's forgiving. Mm-hmm. And ultimately that is kind of her, I don't want to say downfall, but that's the thing that pushes her and John apart. Because that's the quality in her that I think John blames that aspect of her for what happens.
He does blame her, which is insane.
I know.
But, I mean, that's John Kramer for you.
Yeah.
When we're first at this clinic, she comes out and there's a fight going on, right? Mm-hmm. The fight is instigated by Cecil, who will eventually cause her miscarriage by slamming the door against her belly.
Cecil is a human rat muppet. He's like Rizzo, but a person.
Yes.
You know?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
He's a dirty little bastard and becomes John's first ever trap victim.
Yeah. The light just went out.
Game over. So Cecil is arguing with a larger guy there who kind of slaps him in the face.
Oh.
That guy is Gus from Saw 2, who gets shot in the eye in the door.
No.
He's the first victim in Saw 2.
The guy who's like, well, why don't we just do... Oh, really?
Because he wakes up in the Nerf gas house and he's like, I've been drunk and on benders plenty of times. He's in rehab here and is telling Cecil to shut the fuck up. Other people there in that scene at this clinic.
This is so good.
Include Troy, the chain victim from the beginning of Saw 3. Old chain through his jaw.
Oh, yeah.
He is here.
Oh, shit.
He is one of the patients there.
The guy in the classroom?
Yes, the guy in the classroom. Also a patient, Donnie, who has the key in his stomach that Amanda has to cut open. He is a patient here.
Amazing.
And then finally...
Is it the same actor?
Yes, all these people are the same actors.
Good.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's two more. There's two more patients here. Another one there, a larger man named Paul. The barbed wire trap, the very first one we see in the very first Saw movie. The guy who was gonna play Jigsaw. He is a patient here. And then finally, the person who walks out with Jill when this fight's going on and he doesn't want to get involved, that's Michael, who is the Venus flytrap.
The informant.
Who ends up being an informant for Eric Matthews, and is the first to die in Saw 2 at the beginning.
Holy shit.
All these characters are there.
Wait, that's so cool. And to put in that effort to flesh this out for real diehard fans.
Yeah, because we're watching these movies every couple days, pretty close together.
And we didn't notice. We didn't pick up on that at all. And I don't know, that to me, guys, my love for Saw is just grows every day of my fucking life. And it's stuff like this where it's they didn't need to do that.
They didn't.
And it just it just adds to that family feel of these where there's love put into these
actors
movies.
Came back to do a quick little scene for a day, you know? They didn't have to.
To really make this universe I don't know. That's so cool.
And if I'm wrong on any of that, blame the wiki. That's what I'm going off of because I didn't have time to go back and verify.
Fact check that.
But at the same time, what's funny about this is it makes me less impressed with John Kramer because instead of casting a wide net over Cityton and finding all the various people from different locations to help, he's like, all right, who'd I see at my ex-wife's clinic? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that guy was kind of weird. We'll grab him.
And they both happened, a ton of them happened to be fucked over by Eric Matthews.
Yeah, they all.
Which is Cityton's really small.
For real, dude.
There's not many people here.
Yeah, and then like we said earlier, I always forget her name, but the one chick from Saw 2, because I don't think they ever say her name in the movie.
Boob Curtains.
Yeah. Yep, she is confirmed a sex worker here who propositions John Kramer while he's waiting for his wife to come out.
Right.
But all those connections, lots of fun.
That's incredible.
We love you, Saw. Thank you so much.
So now we know the guy on the floor in Amanda's trap.
Kinda. He was. All we know is that he was at a rehab center.
Yeah, this boy was trying to get help. He was at the literal. Dude, you can't lecture people about cherishing their lives when someone actively is like, wow, I really got to fix my shit. I'm going to go to the Cherish Your Life clinic to try and fix myself. It's so mean.
Yeah.
John, starting to think this John Kramer guy is not a nice person.
He might be a little sanctimonious and hypocritical.
Yeah. Okay, so
now we get the feds. The feds are here.
Yes.
Lindsay Perez. Something Strom.
Peter Strom.
Peter Strom.
Right? Yes.
Sure. Gressel, you knew this actor.
Daddy Strom.
Yeah.
Scott
from Gilmore Girls.
What's his name?
Patterson.
Scott Patterson.
Yeah.
He's in Gilmore Girls. Who's he? What's his character like in Gilmore Girls?
Luke Danes.
Okay.
Erica has a picture of me dressed like him that she said you should put this on the podcast.
There it is. It's right here on the screen.
Amazing.
Why were you dressed as this man?
Was it for the pop-up?
Yeah, it was for the pop-up when they did
the
revival thing. Because I just, it's not like I happen to have all the clothes.
But how big of a character was he then?
He was the main character. He was the romantic lead. He was the male lead.
Oh.
Yeah, number 3 on the call sheet.
I want to see what
was he the whole show, the whole run of it?
Wait, what was the character's name?
Luke and Lorelai are classic.
Oh yeah,
TV
yeah.
couple. Yeah.
Whoa. Oh my God, James.
What?
Don't say anything, but I just Googled what this character looks like. I just need to show you what he's wearing.
Great.
This means nothing to you.
We'll bring it up later. We'll bring it up in 3 movies.
Great.
We got these feds now. Now the feds are involved.
Yes.
The United States has taken notice of Cityton.
Please. Yeah. Cityton's on the map.
Where? We're not sure. It's like Springfield.
Yeah, it really is.
And they're like, dude, Carrie's lifted up here. We don't think it was Amanda. She's too small. John Kramer has cancer.
Yeah.
And like we said,
a big guy with juicy lips probably did this.
Hoffman's like, what do you mean? Dead Meat has a daily calendar for 2026. It's the golden chainsaws and dull machetes. This thing is an actual physical product that we have where each day is a different golden chainsaw, dull machete, or numbers segment from a kill count. I think this is so cool.
Yeah, we've been talking about doing this for years and it finally happened.
Yeah, you can pre-order this now. I know it seems early for a 2026 calendar, but if you pre-order it now, you can. It'll make a good Christmas gift for anyone who wants to spend each day next year reminding themselves of a classic kill count. Gressel, what's your birthday?
August 14th.
Oh yeah, let's see what our birthdays are.
Gressel's birthday is August 14th, so we're gonna see what that has. Nice, dude. You've got the golden chainsaw for Manhunter.
Oh, hell yeah.
Golden chainsaw for coolest kill goes to Freddie Lowndes. The sequence leading up to it is the scariest part of this not quite horror movie, and the flaming wheelchair kill is disturbing and frankly just looks really cool. Yeah.
Oh, sick. All right, July 5th.
July 5th, that's Chelsea's birthday. I already know what it is because I looked it up on a previous live stream. It's July 4th and 5th. It's a weekend. So it's a shared date, and because it's July 4th, it's the numbers segment for the first Purge, a very American movie.
Okay.
133 people die in the first Purge, meaning, yes, my friends, election year's reign is over because the first Purge is the deepest. Maybe I know. The victims include, I think, 60 men, 12 women, and 61 people of unknown gender, thanks to all those background bodies. With a runtime of 97 minutes, that leaves us with a kill on average every 43.76 seconds. Holy shit. That's what's written. I've already done my birthday, so give me one more date that I can check out. And what do we got here?
420.
Ah, nice, dude. It's got to be Evil Bong, right? 420. It's the numbers for Evil Bong. It's the green. Good call. 4 people are captured by the Evil Bong. Maybe. 3 dudes, 1... You know what? Just go ahead and make it an all-green pie chart. Or high chart, even. It doesn't matter. With a runtime of 84 minutes, that left us with a capture on average every 21 minutes.
Very nice.
A lot of fun to go through the memories of these. Some of the numbers have the icons, like the custom icons that are there. And yeah, we've been working on this for years. Shout out to brand manager and producer Ben for really shepherding this, taking it across the finish line. You can pre-order it now. If the pre-orders do well enough, it'll be in physical stores. It'll be in Barnes and Nobles.
Oh my God, please.
Please do
so
that.
Cool.
Our parents will be so proud.
Yes.
So pre-order at the link below. Variety of options for your pre-ordering website. But it's the Golden Chainsaw and Doll Machete Kill Count 2016 Slay to Slay
2026.
calendar. 2026. Don't get the 2016 one. We don't need to go back to that year. Maybe. It might be better. Who knows?
Hey, want to talk to you about our sponsor, Rocket Money. Everybody knows there are things they can do to reduce monthly costs and improve their finances. But who has time to go through all of their expenses and decide what to trim? Lucky for you, Rocket Money takes the guesswork out of it so you can easily make smart decisions. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Their dashboard lays out your total financial picture, including bill due dates and paydays, in a way that's easy to digest. You can even create custom budgets based on past spending. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save and then go to work to get you better deals. They'll talk with customer service so you don't have to. Rocket Money's 5 million members have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Download the Rocket Money app and enter our show name Dead Meat Podcast in the survey so they know I sent you. Download the Rocket Money app today and tell them you heard about them from our show, please. And Rigg is, having a tough time because it's like everyone's gone, but Rigg, like, he's just losing all his friends.
He's been there since the second movie, hanging out with Matthews and Carrie, and now they're both gone.
They're gone,
and he's looking at their pictures.
He becomes upset. He's convinced that Eric Matthews is still alive. Hoffman is like, you gotta let go of it. Hey,
you can't save everyone.
Aren't you like married or whatever? Go spend time with her.
Yeah, there's another character for the list of forgotten Saw characters.
The wife.
Rigg's wife.
Yes, yeah.
He gets home and she's leaving to go to her mom's and she's like, come with me. And he's like, I gotta do cop stuff.
Yeah.
I got a cop plot to attend to.
Exactly.
This is the same mistake that Danny Glover made. He should have just gone to the grill.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, he should have just gone to the grill, man.
The grill.
Mm-hmm.
If the grill comes back, then I'll be impressed.
Oh, my ears are listening for that now.
The grill.
We need to see the grill.
We do.
Saw 11, give us the grill.
Yes, please.
A fucking line cook from the grill.
Oh my God,
we
can have a scene where it's like one of the cops going in there and it's basically just the Dexter Jester scene, where it's the grill and then we got like a big ass fucking fry cook that comes out. That'd be awesome. It'd be so good.
He doesn't go with her and he gets pigged.
Yeah, pig masked. And now he is put in his own little, this is a citywide saw trap. The setup of this one's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Because the ones that are in individual warehouses, I get. Because no one, you can do whatever you want in your little abandoned warehouse. But this is a city.
This is driving places.
This is setting up like a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Hoffman apparently gets pigged, but then later, when the flashback to it, it's like, nah, that was just the editing. We're just fucking with you. It was just the pig mask hanging out of
He
hook
has it
behind
hanging up for everyone to fucking see in like his office.
But they just
like,
do the flashy editing to make it look.
That's like a weird thing up there.
Oh,
it's
so
evidence.
funny.
I forgot to put that back. Yeah. So the first little trap that Rigg is put on, like there's all these little notes and tapes, and this is like how to truly save a life, because we all started singing the Fray song at the exact same time.
Yeah, because he has to be reborn. He wants to save everyone. Oh, Eric Matthews, we get confirmation that Eric Matthews is still alive.
Yeah.
Looking like a Guantanamo prisoner.
Yeah, he's got the orange jumpsuit. He's
standing on a block of ice.
He's looking weird and bloated because he's like hanging by his neck.
Apparently, Darren told us this.
I think this is very funny.
When he wanted Donnie to come back for Saw 4, Donnie was like, I'll do it, but don't make me a fucking body laying there on the ground and don't have me standing around doing nothing. And Darren's like, you're not going to be a body laying on the ground. And then he got the script. He's like, Darren, I'm just standing there doing nothing the whole time.
But he's not on the floor. He's on a block of ice.
That's right.
And you get the weird little like montage of him in his jail cell with like the little rats.
Oh yeah, when he grabs a rat.
He's like Renfield or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we get a little, because do we see him get abducted from that, or do we just see him?
We just see his body get dragged away from that hallway that Amanda leaves him for dead in.
Okay.
We see a mysterious figure, a hooded figure, drag him away and put him in a French Revolution jail cell. I don't know. It just looks.
Oh yeah, we get a little bit of him like living, because it's been 6 months.
It looks like fucking like an adaptation of Tale of Two Cities. It looks like the fucking Bastille or some shit. He's getting like gruel it's like gruel. Yeah,
slit in the door, just chowing down, eating rats.
Yeah. But yeah, he's alive, and now he's strung up. He's on this big ice cube, and he's on like this teeter-totter with Hoffman, who is also tied up next to him.
But he gets to sit.
Yeah, he does get to sit. They're like, it's like this big seesaw where once this ice block melts, it's gonna hang Eric Matthews, and then all that melted water will go to Hoffman's side and electrocute him because his chair is wired.
Yeah, and he even tries to like jump off of it and just end it early, but
all that water sloshes.
But Art Blank is the third man in this room. Very much the Zepp handle of this movie.
With control panel, like command station and everything.
Yeah.
He's the Zepp.
And I'm assuming the movie wants you to believe that Art is the third man, but the accomplice they're talking about, whereas it's actually Hoffman. And he like puts him back, and he's like, no, you gotta wait. You gotta wait for this to
you gotta survive while this guy's doing his test. And we assume, it's like...
It is Rigg.
It's Rigg, but it's happening at the same time as Jeff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of... It's impressive, the coordination. Like, Amanda and Jigsaw could have gotten into party planning, like event planning. There's a lot of things that are perfectly timed to have all of this shit.
They could do weddings.
I was going to say,
no problem.
It's crazy, all of the things that happen perfectly on schedule.
And apparently it's in like the same building too.
It is, yeah.
Because at the end when Hoffman leaves, he just like goes 2 doors down and locks Strom inside the like freezer they're hanging out in.
Yeah, they would have been great wedding planners.
Yeah. Rigg finds Pig and a message that says, "Do you see what I see?"
Oh, is this when he has to go? Oh wait, no. This is in his living room still.
Oh yeah, I forget that the first trap
he gets knocked
and then just like wakes up still in his place.
Yeah.
But
that's what
now,
I'm saying. They this is like wedding planning shit. Like they knock him out and they're like, okay, bring it, and they dress up the whole space and make it a saw trap, and he wakes up just on time.
Yeah, he's gonna be up in like 1 hour, so we've got 60 minutes, people. Get that sex trafficker in this contraption. Hide that knife down there. Let's go.
I bet there's been a parody already made where it's like the reality show version of this, where it's like a Four Weddings type thing, where it is the saw trap, where it's like, oh my gosh, we have to move all these pieces together, and the type of wire that came in for this trap isn't the right kind. I put in an order for this 3 weeks ago. I just would love to see that.
It's like all of Jigsaw's various proteges.
Yes.
Competing against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, so this is in his house, and it's a woman who is in this chair. Her hair is wound through another winch. A lot of winches in this movie. Mm-hmm. It's a scalping machine, essentially.
Yep.
She is slowly getting her scalp ripped off, and it's real gross.
And he's supposed to find a combination of numbers
that are
rotating.
The numbers are on. It's kind of a similar thing to the rack, where it's like this rotating, I don't know.
It reminds me of the Saw 2 combination, because the numbers are also in like a color.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get the numbers to save her. He's being told not to save her, which is that's a fucked up thing.
Yeah.
Like, your job is to watch this lady die.
Yeah. Well, because there's photos on the wall that we put together. It implies that she is a sex trafficker.
Yeah, she is finding. She's like, what's her name?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah. Right.
A little bit. Yeah. I mean, they call her a pimp in this movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not nice. It'd be tempting to let her just sit there, get her scalp ripped off.
I mean, it starts to get ripped off. That's when we get the little bit of CG blood. It's nasty. How'd you feel about this gore, Gressel?
This was fine.
We fucked you guys up.
I know. We're really desensitizing you. It's so good. But once he
like shoots it, right?
Yeah, it's so, how many times in this series does someone just say fuck it and shoot a saw trap, and it kind of works, like it just breaks the machine. So she's able to get out, but then she goes to grab a knife that's hidden under the TV console, because we learned that her tape earlier said this guy is gonna come in, and if he frees you, you're just gonna end up going to jail. So if you want, you could like kill him, and that's her thing.
Yeah. So then, out of self-defense, he tackles her into another scene.
That's right. This is the best transition in this whole movie. They crash through a mirror, I think.
It's like a window or a mirror. I don't know. It fucking rules.
Into the police station.
Yeah, where they're just like, oh, we've got fingerprints or something. It doesn't matter. I don't care what the fuck they're saying in this scene. I'm still just cheering and fist pumping.
Well, this is the cops trying to figure out like why Rigg is involved, or like what's Rigg's deal?
Because Strom kind of suspects.
Yes, at
Rigg,
first they
right?
suspect he's the accomplice. But then they kind of piece together, no, this whole thing is like a test where they're trying to recruit him, essentially, because of all the instructions where it's like, see what I see, feel what I feel. This is like it's like a test almost to get him on board to become an accomplice.
Yeah.
But that's why.
Yeah, he's like, oh, John Kramer's trying to recruit Rigg.
Yeah.
And then was it you, Gressel, who were like, I think John Kramer's trying to recruit Strom.
Yeah, I definitely felt like, because there were moments when Strom is going through where he's like, I mean, I guess the intent was the kind of like Manhunter, Silence of the Lambs, like identifying with the killer FBI agent thing. But there were moments, and like, you know, he's got that like over the top anger thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, shut off the air in the interrogation room when he talks to
Jill. Yeah.
He's yelling at her, he's hitting the wall next to her.
And like, so I just they did a good job of like, oh, he's that type.
Yeah.
You know, that like John would go for.
Yeah. Strom's interrogation method includes holding his arms out.
He makes himself larger to intimidate his prey.
What do you call him? Christ the Redeemer?
Yeah.
Like, he's doing a Christ the Redeemer.
He does it like 3 times, no joke, including one that just like he does it, holds it, and then it cuts away to a different scene.
Yeah.
Which is so funny.
Yeah.
Rigg's scavenger hunt takes him to the Cityton motel.
Yeah, this is the grimiest.
This is the basket
trap.
case motel.
They go to the motel from Basket Case, which doesn't have as many fun characters as Basket Case. It just has like one rapist, and that's it. It's not as fun.
Definitely not as fun. No, not as fun. He's got a cute dog, though.
He does have a dog.
That's Darren's dog.
Oh, is it?
That's Darren's dog, Chance. And apparently, not a dog actor. They had to do 30 takes of the dog trying to get to its mark. The crew was not happy.
Oh, no.
They were trying to get him to hit its mark with honey and bologna.
Oh, good.
Oh, Jesus.
Speaking of.
Honey and bologna is something you would feed Belial.
That's true, dude.
That's like a Belial snack for sure. Rigg goes to this motel. This is the most like, oh, this person deserves it saw trap.
Which is so interesting to me because this guy has such a friendly face to me.
Yeah, that's what makes it.
That the point?
That's what makes it fucked up.
But like I want to be this guy's friend. I bet he'd be funny.
Yeah.
I bet he has that like wheezing laugh that makes you laugh when he laughs. You know? I don't know. He just got a really kind face. No, he's like a serial violent rapist.
Yeah. Who documents his crimes.
It sucks.
It's really gross.
It's real nasty.
Yeah. This is like the most upsetting in terms of just thematics and like it's
and there's like a video. They show a video of him like thrusting.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. But then we get to see him be brutally murdered.
Yeah, because Rigg like puts him in the trap. Rigg's starting to understand. He's like, you have to save yourself, dude. I'm not gonna help because like fuck you. So get in this trap.
Yeah.
Here are these things that I'm being told to give you. Turns out the only way to release yourself from the trap is to press down on these buttons and it'll cue these little
like ice picks.
Ice pick looking things to swing down and take out your eyes.
Yep.
He does it with one of them. Should have done them both at the same time.
Yep.
Because I bet that first one sucked so bad that he couldn't bring himself to do the second.
You know what pisses me off? Every time there's a saw trap with a timer kind of element where it's like a short amount of time. Like, dude, you can't have your tape explaining it take up half of the fucking time that you're giving. You can't be like in 60 seconds. And then when he's literally saying in 60 seconds and it shows the clock and there's like 25 seconds left.
Well, if you watch a bunch of game shows, you can buzz in before they finish asking the question. So I'm just going by that.
That's
I'm going
true.
by those rules.
But yeah, he doesn't poke his eyes out on time, so he gets ripped apart instead. His limbs get ripped
All
off.
four fling apart. Beautiful practical effects here.
I wonder, because this whole scene is shot in this like red light, which adds to the seedy factor.
And it's a new color for Saw.
It is a new color.
They're good with the greens and blues. Now we got a red.
I wonder if pitching this trick, because this one is like so over the top, I wonder if it's like we can get away with this if there's like a monochrome
I bet
element to it,
Yeah.
where it doesn't, where the blood is, because it's a red light, the blood's not as high contrast.
It's not gonna pop, yeah.
That's just a theory though, I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised, but that there's been smart filmmaking through the whole series.
Hell yeah.
You know, that's a hallmark of Saw.
That is
smart filmmaking.
That is not what the critics said
No.
in the 2000s. Would you guys be able to do this trap? Would you be able to
Poke my eyes out?
Would you be able to
if
press
I
those
knew
buttons?
my...
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know, like,
if it was a choice, but like
at a certain point, it's like, I can't answer that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know what we're thinking in that moment.
I don't know.
Because thankfully we're not this guy. And then
Thankfully.
what was the sex trafficker? She didn't have to do anything. That was more of a Rigg thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That was like are you going to kill this person or not?
Yeah.
To
I'm
spare
not gonna
yourself.
ask you guys if you would do that. That's not fun.
No. That hype, yeah, that's not good. None of these are good hypotheticals.
no.
We flash back to his John Kramer's workshop.
Yes.
And he shows her. This is one I don't remember. The clock.
I don't know what's with the clock.
He's like, this was the whole thing.
'Cause-
it's got a ticking mechanism 300 years old.
What?
And then he breaks it later out of anger.
I missed some of the like the clock came with the The building?
I don't know what the clock's all about, dude. And I, as a huge Saw fan, I'm sorry to disappoint anyone who's like, dude, the clock's the whole thing. The clock ties everything together. But
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's cool, like a 300-year-old clock. That's still, like, that's neat.
I wonder if there was like an earlier draft or something where it was more of like a clock tower.
In true Saw fashion, they were changing the script up to and during filming, so possibly.
That's fair. Yes.
You know, if it was like, oh, this building, me, civil engineer, loves this beautiful old building that has this 300-year-old clock.
Yeah. So what, he and Art are what? They're like buying up properties to turn them into housing? They kind of breeze by that,
like treatment
too.
Centers?
But is John buying the property or designing the buildings? Because isn't he an architect or he's an engineer?
Yeah.
A civil engineer?
I think.
And then Jill's also involved in the property deals?
Yeah, because they're like
Art's her lawyer.
listed on the properties.
Also, why is Jill dealing with a lawyer who also gets like abusive fathers off? And he was Ivan's lawyer, the hotel guy.
Yeah,
the hotel guy.
yeah.
He like got that guy off of like rape charges.
You'll see a lot of lawyers pop up over and over again in certain cases, and like sometimes there's lawyers where it's like, oh, they just represent like really shitty, like they're the only ones willing to take really shitty clients. But often you'll be like, oh, I'm surprised that this person who represented like a victim, a very prominent victim in one case, also in another very high profile case represented, you know, the defendant who like clearly fucking did it. You know, it like there's not.
But I'm like, Jill and John clearly have money. He's on the cover of magazines.
Yeah.
Why are they getting this fucking public defender?
Like seedy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's pro bono work that's like good for the firm.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe they don't know about his fucking other. They just like his Welcome Back Kotter vibe.
Yeah.
It's all billable hours, man.
Yeah, so he shows this clock off and he's building the proto Billy.
Yeah, there's a crib in there too.
And the crib for little Gideon. Mm-hmm. Never gonna get to be in it.
Yeah. Then we get flashback within the flashback. That's the clinic.
Oh.
Right?
I think that's a little later, but whatever.
The order, there's a lot going on in this movie.
Because Rigg's got to go back to the school where he punched that dad in the face.
Oh yeah, there's this flashback too. Oh my gosh, there's a lot. Like this is a hard movie to recap because there's so much going on. So there's this flashback to an incident at a school where they
like you could never sell this script.
No.
You could never go to any studio and be like, here's my script. And they're like, what is this spaghetti of a script and plots?
Yeah.
It only works as the fourth installment in a very niche and profitable horror movie made by a studio that was created to make these movies.
Right. So it's this flashback at this school. There's a girl with her family in the principal's office. We've got Rigg and Hoffman.
No, yes.
Are there.
Yes.
And basically the school's like, we're pretty sure this girl's being abused by her dad.
But she's covering for him.
She's lying. Yeah.
The mom is covering for him.
Yeah.
He's doing the creepy finger
wave.
Yeah.
Just so we as an audience understand that this is a bad dad.
Bad dad alert.
Then Rigg punches him in the face. And then Hoffman lies and said, well, the dad attacked Rigg first, which isn't true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally, I'm not in favor of cops lying to protect their own.
No,
but he did punch an abusive dad in the face.
Yeah, it's fine.
But the dad got off because his lawyer.
It was art blank.
It was art blank, baby.
Blank. Yeah. I mean, also, like we've established, Cityton's very small. I feel like there's just one lawyer. he's like Harvey Dent, you know?
Yeah.
Like he's just the lawyer.
Oh shit, call Art.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
But now Rigg goes back there and finds those parents in a trap together where the mom, who has also been abused by the husband and dad, but has been covering up for him, she's been impaled through non-lethal places with the rod, with what are they? Arrows?
Yeah.
Bolts, something like that, going through the dad in vital places.
Yeah.
And if she can pull them out, he'll bleed out to death, but she'll be okay.
She'll be fine, yeah.
And apparently she does
She does. She's like, don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
say the fucking word. And that's where Rigg finds her with like one arrow left to pull out.
So
and he's like, you
helps
gotta do
her.
it. No, she's
Right?
gotta do it herself.
Oh, I
She's
thought.
gotta do it herself. Gotta save herself.
Then there's a note for him that's like, go home. Like, remember your wife? The whole time there's just little notes from Jigsaw that are like, dude, don't do this. It's a trap, literally.
Yeah, no, what Rigg does is as he leaves, he pulls the fire alarm.
Yes.
And we all know that Cityton keeps very good track of when fire alarms go off, as we learned in the first movie.
That's right. Yes. Yep. That's how they found the warehouse.
Yeah, Wilson Steele. And so that leads the feds to go there, and I assume the mom is saved. But this is when that poor photographer gets shot in the face with a stray arrow.
This poor random character.
Like one of the least deserving victims in all of Saw.
100%.
She's there with Carrie and the other one who we will come to find as like some of the least deserving victims.
Yes.
We should do that. We should do top 5
least
deserving victims in Cityton.
Yeah. So the feds are also at the school, and Strom and Perez go because they realize like, oh shit, this building is. This is so confusing.
It's owned by Art Blank.
Owned by Art, and
who also owned the motel room where that trap was set.
Yes, because he had been renting it for like 6 weeks.
Yeah, he didn't own it. He rented it for a long time, enough to like bring the trap in piece by piece.
Yeah.
For them to build.
And this is when they're like, they think that they might be, I don't know. They're basically scoping out the rest of this school building, and they find there's a Billy puppet. And this is so mean, this whole thing. This little Billy puppet that's like, hey, come here. I gotta tell you a secret. And it's a fucking bomb and blows up in Perez's face. What the fuck?
Yeah, Perez gets face full of shrapnel.
Yeah, she's fine. Like, last we hear, she's in the hospital.
Fighting for her life. It still pisses off Strom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy's also, he's got like candles around him.
Yeah, it's
a real nice,
very
like,
artful.
ambiance,
Yeah.
Who set that up? Hoffman, maybe? I don't know.
It's funniest if it's Hoffman doing all the little candles and stuff just to make it ambient. Is this another flashback? We're talking more about the building deals.
It's a cool transition where Perez is on a gurney and they pull it away, and then it goes to like Art at the computer.
Yeah.
So just another really cool transition that I want to highlight because they're all a lot of fun.
Because Art's with Jill, and then
No. Strom's with Jill.
Oh, okay. We're not in the flashback yet.
No, where's the flashback?
I was saying the flashback's right here because it's Art. And this is like, he knocks over the Billy puppet.
Oh, that does? Yeah, dude. You can't be... Yeah, Art and John do not get along.
Yeah, I mean, John's like Joker-fied because of all the clinic stuff.
Oh, and this is after Gideon's been killed? Okay.
Yes.
So John's pissed.
Yes.
I think they've broken up because Jill's like, he blamed me.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
And she was like, I went to try to talk to him, but that wasn't the man that I had married. Right. So it was her and Art going to John's place.
Right.
I think for Art to talk to John and be like, hey, I know you're dealing with some stuff. You got that cancer diagnosis and you drove off a cliff, but we got business to do.
Yeah, we got these building deals. Can you design this low-income housing? Okay, never mind.
What? Sorry, what'd you say to me, John? Get the fuck.
Get the fuck.
You heard me. I'm not even going to finish the sentence because you heard me the first time, so just get the fuck.
Yep. Turns out John was basically in the middle of designing his first ever saw trap.
Yeah, for Cecil.
That
fucking guy.
Where he pig masks. This is the origin of the pig mask. It's a year of the pig celebration in Cityton's Chinatown.
In Cityton's
exciting. They
backlot alley.
Yeah. Chinatown is like a warehouse with a little backyard.
I'm convinced all of Cityton is one giant warehouse district.
Yes, it is.
It's just all the city of industry.
It's all lofts
down there.
and warehouses. Yeah.
Yeah, John like grabs a pig mask. One for himself and one for Cecil.
Yeah, because he uses it to, I'm sure there's like chloroform or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Cecil wakes up in a chair and gets an in-person Jigsaw monologue, which is exciting. I don't know how many of those happen.
Well, he's dead now, so I don't know. Maybe in a flashback he does another one.
I was about to say, I don't know if that's a thing.
It's not a tape. It's not a video. It's him standing there being like, "Hello, Cecil. You killed my wife's unborn baby, so fuck you.
Yeah.
Put your face in these knives."
Yeah, this janky ass. It's a chair with a bunch of like Cutco knives that he's got to like push his face through to hit.
Push hard.
Yeah, to hit this thing with his head that'll unleash the wrist and leg restraints that are slowly bleeding him out.
Cutco knives is so funny. Like some like 14-year-old kid in Cityton, like, gee, thanks, mister.
Yeah. Like,
oh, thanks, Mr. Kramer.
Yeah. He doesn't even, he's like, I can do the demonstration for, like, no, that's fine.
Just take the
These are great. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Are they sharp? Make sure they're sharp. All right, run along now. Not on the lawn. Make sure you use the sidewalk.
So then this trap just fucking breaks.
It does just fall apart.
It just falls apart.
Here, would you guys be able to do this one?
Push
your face into a bunch of knife blades hard enough to release the restraints.
If I'm bleeding to death currently, probably.
I think I could do it.
I think so.
I'd be real sad because it's the moneymaker, but
I think
he says it'll bring the ugliness inside out to the open.
And this is so mean. Like, God damn it, John. Where it's like, okay, he does it. The trap falls apart, and then John pulls like a fucking matador like maneuver where
just, like,
Cecil lunges and it's like
he just like Samoa Joe's to the side and then Cecil falls into barbed wire.
He just knew that Cecil. He knew. It's just so funny the foresight John has to know Cecil will lunge at him. He's like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Setting up this
just like a bunch of barbed wire.
It looks like it's the barbed wire that's going to be used for Paul. For Paul in one. But yeah, poor Cecil just dives right in.
Not poor Cecil.
Well, yeah, I know. But still, that's you know.
Well, he should have just taken his W and left. He should have been like, "Thank you, Mr. Kramer. I will now appreciate my life.
I will appreciate my life.
I will sober up
so much
and go get a job. I don't know, clerking for Art Blank seems like a nice guy."
Nothing bad is going to happen to him.
So, yeah. So we get out of the flashback within a flashback. We're back to the original flashback where they're in his workshop.
Oh, and they find a coffin with all this broken glass.
He pulls off a blanket that covers up a glass coffin with broken glass inside of it.
This will return. I was like, oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah. We see that needlessly an entire movie before.
Yep. Let me see. Okay. Are we in the ending kind of set piece now where everything is just happening at the same time?
Because it's at Gideon Meat Packing.
Yes.
Which they say is John's first building. Again, I don't know if he designed
what does this mean?
Or does he own it?
Did he just design the meat plant? Or is this one that he bought and was going to be I don't know, but
no, I think he did like the systems for it.
Maybe, yeah.
What does that mean?
So like, there's an industrialization to the building. He did
what is that?
Part.
Specify
like all
more.
The, like
all the conveyor belts and shit. Like
okay.
All the meat packing
that makes sense.
Of the meat packing
like
plant.
the stuff used against the judge in that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would think, and that was like the first one that he did, I guess.
Okay, I don't feel like that's what civil engineering is.
I don't know if that's what
civil engineering,
like bridges and shit,
and like
right?
city structures and
maybe he was a civil engineer and then he got into architecture.
Dude, you know what? You might be right. You actually might be right. I forget what your guess was of what John Kramer's job was in the first movie.
Oh, yeah, I forget
you
what
guessed
you said.
Something, and I was like, not quite, but we'll learn. Yeah. We'll learn.
I forget what you said too.
But yes, apparently all this shit takes place in Gideon Meatpacking.
Mm-hmm.
All of Saw 3, Jeff's whole fucking journey, the whole impromptu surgery with Amanda and Lynn and John.
That would explain the pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
What?
The 2 isn't in the meat. That's in like a house with the Saw bathroom.
No, because they...
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, is the Saw bathroom and the house also in here? Because...
No, that's a house.
Yeah, but it looks like those hallways they're running around in outside of it? That looks like a fucking factory. It's like
the basement?
Yeah.
Leading to the bathroom?
It just looks.
We don't know what that bathroom was built for.
We don't know what
why
the
it's underneath
outside of the
house.
house looks like either. We don't see
We saw
it out.
some of it when Eric and John Kramer pulled
right.
up to it, but it's not really a good like.
I don't remember what it looks like though. What they pull up.
It's not the meatpacking plant.
Okay.
I think those are separate locations.
Okay.
Right.
We
never see them like in Saw 3. They don't leave and go to the bathroom down there, right? That never happens.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we see the bathroom when we get the continuation of like the Eric Matthews stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm confused is like you get like Amanda and Eric Matthews beating the shit out of each other.
Uh-huh.
She leaves him. Eric,
You're not Jigsaw, bitch.
You're not Jigsaw, bitch. And then he gets dragged away by Art.
You're not Jigsaw, bitch.
To jail. We don't know where that is.
We don't know where.
So
the
we
jail
don't.
is.
Yeah. So I just don't. I'm not sure. Like, is he loaded up in a van and brought somewhere? Is this all in one big thing?
Here we go.
I don't know.
We've got Gideon Meatpacking.
Yes.
Has all of Jeff's traps.
Yes.
The surgery room.
The big ice cube.
The ice cube room where Art and Hoffman
Right.
and yes.
Yes.
So that's all in
That's
Gideon
all in
Meatpacking
Gideon
plant.
Meat Plant.
There's another building that is a house.
Yeah.
The nerve gas house.
With the saw bathroom
with
in the
the saw
basement.
bathroom in the basement.
Right.
There is
The mannequin factory.
The mannequin factory is his workshop in the first movie
one.
when
Yes.
they almost arrest him and then he slits the throat. And then I don't think that's the same place that they find him in 2.
No, I think that's also a different
with
building.
the Shinbreaker 9000 and where him and Eric sit there and talk.
I think that's
okay. So I think those are
four
four
buildings?
primary locations
okay.
outside of all the like one-offs.
Oh yeah, which one's the lock factory?
Wilson Steel?
Yeah, which one's Wilson Steel? Wilson Steel is where is in 2.
Is the work no.
Yes, it is. Wilson Steel is where Eric Matthews
the Shinbreaker one.
Is the Shinbreaker
Okay.
machine his lair.
Yes, you're right. That's Wilson Steel. Okay, so we have a
Correct.
name. Wilson Steel.
Mannequin factory.
Mannequin Factory, which is the first one.
First one.
With Singh and Danny Glover.
Then the
Gideon Meatpacking.
Yes.
And Nerve Gas House.
Right.
With bathroom.
With bathroom.
With bathroom add-on built a couple of decades afterward. They had to get permits. They're
Right.
like, why are you trying to build this
I think that's
underground?
right. Again, I'm sure like real diehard
I wish
Saw
these were
fans
coming
are-
out in real time so we could read comments and get feedback. Guys, by the time you're watching this, we've probably recorded all of the Saw
there's
episodes.
at least 7.
At least 7 of them have been filmed.
There
by the
will
time
be
you're watching
things
this.
we get wrong that we are unable to have corrected by people that are gonna have like butterfly effects throughout
For
the rest
real.
of these.
People are gonna be like, "We told you in the first episode you're wrong about this thing that you're still saying."
yeah.
And we're like, "Dude, that was in June. I'm sorry."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
His name's Jim, not John.
Oh fuck, it's Jim Kramer.
Jim Kramer. I tweeted something like that. I swear to God. I was like, Jim Kramer. Like John Kramer, but it's Jim Kramer. Is this anything? And the replies to that were so funny.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to read those.
Yeah.
Okay, so Strom
this
goes to Gideon Meatpacking.
Yes.
And that's where he finds all sorts of things. He finds the badges belonging to Eric Matthews and Mark Hoffman.
Right.
He finds a family photo belonging to Jeff.
Yep. He hears the end of Saw 3 happen.
Yeah, he hears that whole thing go down with Lynn getting shot, Jeff shooting Amanda, Jeff saying, "I forgive you," and then buzzsawing John Kramer's neck.
Yeah.
And then he busts in there, and it's been told to Strom that he will shoot an innocent man, which ends up being Jeff.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, but
Jeff's not innocent. He just shot Amanda.
yeah.
And buzzsawed John's
But
neck.
also, like, since when is Jigsaw in the business of, like, Game of Thrones-esque prophecy? Do you know, like, by the end of, by the stroke of midnight, you will shoot an innocent man. And it kind of, it happens in a way that's like, oh, it's a roundabout kind of, prophecy fulfillment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Strom comes in and he shoots Jeff. Jeff's dead now.
Yeah.
Slow-ass motherfucking Jeff, he's dead. He's been shot by Strom.
Where is the child from 3?
Oh my God.
Jeff's daughter?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, still we don't know. And she is still locked in a box somewhere in the Gideon meatpacking plant. So that happens.
And then like down the hall or something? It's in the same building.
Yeah.
Rigg is going through his final test, but his job is to not go through those final doors before the end of the countdown, but he just can't help himself.
Right.
He needs to. Art has given Eric Matthews a gun, and in order to try to stop Rigg from coming in, Eric shoots him.
Because they all realize, like, oh shit, if he comes in before time is up, there's
We're
like a
all
tripwire and we're all fucking dead.
Yeah. So Eric, they're best buds, man. They were corrupt cops together. They beat the shit out of suspects.
They did some fucked up shit together. Yeah.
And so that must have been real hard for Eric to shoot his buddy. But he does. But it doesn't stop him. He comes through that door, and boy, the scream in our living room when those ice blocks came down
and
exploded
good.
Donnie Wahlberg's head.
It's so good. I love this kill so much. It's so over the top.
They do a great job earlier of establishing the blocks up at the ceiling and the mechanism. But I still was surprised by I was like, that's something. Didn't think that'd be this, but it works. It's so good.
Were you sad to see Eric Matthews go?
I was.
Yeah.
I was. Oh, he's a good actor.
Yeah, I know.
He's good in these.
I always forget that, like, Donnie Wahlberg fucking brings it in
Good
these
actor,
movies.
yeah.
But his fucking head explodes, dude.
Yep.
And then Rigg, who's been shot, is on the ground.
Yeah, what happens to Art? He's got like a contraption on his back.
Oh, yeah,
as
he like
well.
takes off a jacket and he's got some kind of trap that I'm assuming will go off at some point, but it doesn't. Rigg just shoots him.
Yes.
Because Art's like going for Rigg's tape.
It looks like it's something that when it goes off, it's just gonna like snip his spinal cord or something.
It looks,
That honestly, out of most of the contraptions in this series, that might be the least painful way to go.
Unless it misses.
Ooh, yeah. Then you're just paralyzed. Yeah.
Yeah, the back of Art's head explodes when Rigg shoots him right as he like plays Rigg's tape. Or does Hoffman walk up and play the tape? No, I think he's listening to it, and then you see Hoffman walking in the background. Yeah. It's like, oh, that motherfucker was never in danger. He was in on the whole time.
He's such a good actor. Yeah.
And Rigg's tape is like, oh, you shouldn't have tried to save everyone. Good job. Hoffman, we get a bunch of Hoffman flashbacks. We see him put Amanda's envelope in the drawer.
That's right.
Still know what it says. We see that he was the one who abducted Lynn
yeah.
and Rigg.
Yep.
Not himself. Who got Adam in the parking garage? Or no, Gordon in the parking garage? Was that Amanda? Was that revealed that it was Amanda crawling on the ground?
Yeah.
Adam, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Hoffman got Lynn and Rigg. And then he gets to say game over as he closes the door on Rigg, who's laying there, and he locks him in.
Does every movie end with game over?
So far, yes.
I can't remember if they all end up doing so.
Because 2 has Amanda.
Yes. 3 is sad Jigsaw.
Yeah, as he got
resigned to dying Jigsaw.
Yeah.
And then this
4
is
Hoffman.
Hoffman, yeah. Although, it's not the last line because
the finale set piece. Game over.
But it does cut back to the morgue where now we have a recontextualized Hoffman listening to the tape of his mentor.
So, okay, I'm sure, I can't remember if this is like elaborate. I'm sure it is elaborated upon in further saws, but like when is Hoffman?
We will learn.
Okay. I can't remember if that's
recruited
something
or whatever.
Yeah. I can't remember if that gets explicitly, again, it's been like 10 years.
Speaking of questions, what questions do you have going forward, Gressel?
Going forward?
And what do you want to see addressed in this soap opera we call Saw?
I'm curious to see if we get an answer to why Carrie was killed. I'm curious if we're going to see like anything with Hoffman, like she was close, she was going to, well, I guess they knew it was John, but I don't know. I wonder if that is going to be addressed because that was just a bummer and I liked that character. I would have liked to have seen more. She never got the cop plot that she was due.
That's right. She never gets to be the main character of a movie, unfortunately.
Which is a missed opportunity. But, I guess other than I'm curious how they're going to keep John Kramer not alive literally, but alive in the figurative sense.
Yeah.
And I guess just like, are they going to be able to sustain a B story or the cop plot that I like care about, because I do like Strom's interesting, I guess.
Oh yeah, Strom gets locked in the operating room at the end by Hoffman. Right. He closes the door and Strom's locked in there. Yep.
So, I'm sure we'll get more of him. I'm curious what's going to happen there. But, I don't know. I think that at this point, I'm almost kind of along for the ride. I trust the series a little bit.
Yeah.
Every movie's gotten better.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm also skeptical now, though. I feel like we're getting into a territory where the traps have gotten more elaborate, and if the seesaw tips where it's becomes more about the traps, I think that's when the movie's not going to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of story to get through. There's a lot of dangling threads right now.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of setup in this movie for stuff to come.
Even at least one thing that we didn't even talk about that I'll just bring up next movie when it's more of a payoff. And be like, hey, remember that in this movie? But, there's plenty in here to explore. and find out more about.
Oh, man.
The confidence to do that, to be like, all right, we're going to make another one next year, right? Yep. Okay, so let's write in one scene where he uncovers a glass coffin. We'll deal with it later.
Yep. They might already know.
Yeah, I bet so. Yeah, because it's the same writers who do the next 4 movies or the next 3 movies.
I bet it would already be in development. They would at least have already gotten the script going. I bet that there's at least an intent.
Yeah.
Pending box office.
My prediction is that, if I remember correctly, I feel like 5 will not continue the trend of being your favorite. But I think 6 might jump back up there.
6.
Yeah. And then we're in a rough season for a little while. Yeah. But we'll make it through.
You mean they can't sustain it for 9 movies?
Yeah, unfortunately.
They bring it back in 10, dude.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
This is so fucking fun.
Yeah.
As I mentioned to Gressel when we finished the movie, congrats, we're almost halfway through.
It's so crazy.
I hope you're all enjoying Hot Sauce Summer as much as we clearly are.
I'm loving Hot Sauce Summer.
Yeah.
I love these movies so much. Great. I can't wait till next week with Saw 5, which I feel like is the one I'm the least familiar with.
I could tell you some things.
Yeah. I remember the general through line
of the trap plot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the cop plot.
Yes.
Okay, then you know.
Yeah.
Those are the plots.
They are the 2 plots in most cases.
But yeah, until Saw 5, I'm Chelsea.
I'm James.
And that's Gressel. And this has been the Dead Meat Podcast.